It's another Big Fat American exclusive presentation.
From the studios in beautiful Oceanport, New Jersey, welcome to the biggest and greatest podcast ever. I'm your host, Ray K. Hey guys, we're excited about this show. We're partnered now with Big Fat America Network. Radio.com and our iHeartRadio are now taking us on. Hey, this is exciting. I mean, this is a show that you're not going to want to miss. This guy went viral within a few weeks ago. We're going to release some news in about a couple seconds about which has happened. He's known as the Bagel. What's it called? Bagel Boss guy, Chris Morgan. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I was cracking up when I saw that video. My son from London heard about it, so I knew it must have went viral, when he was telling me about it. We have some pretty wild news, actually, I just found out about. Actually, Lenny was on my show. I'm going to release it on the weekend. This is baseball week, and the timing is just perfect. You're boxing Lenny Dykstra. Can you tell us about that whole thing, how it came up, and just tell us about it?
Yes. Right. Well, yeah, actually, so it started out basically on a Twitter thing back and forth.
Okay.
And then it obviously, it just built up and stuff. And, I learned a couple of things, because me and my father used to watch him on TV. But, I personally, I'm shocked because I feel I could take him. And I respect the hell out of the guy. But, I mean, let's face it. I mean, he's kind of, in his mid-50s. And
well, you got the youth advantage. I know. How old are you, Chris?
I'm 45.
Okay, so you got 12 years on him. Okay, younger on
right.
him. Right. Okay.
Right, and so the commissioner Damon, he reached out, obviously to Mr. Dykstra about signing the whole thing, and honestly, with me, because this came out of left field, I feel honestly this would it's awesome. First of all, pleasure to meet the guy, and it would be an awesome fight. And then that was basically it. The rest was history. And Mr. Dykstra, he finally signed to it. Okay, well, I saw the video that you were on. I mean, you weren't backing away. I mean, I don't know how tall that guy was. That first guy on that viral video. I mean, you went right up in his chest. So I was kind of impressed with that. Yeah.
With the toughness factor. I'm like, wow, this guy's serious. Is this is a date set? I saw September 7th on a couple of the press clippings. Is that set?
Yes, it is. Again, I'll rehash that. So it's September 7th. I don't recall the start time. I could probably find out right away for you in a couple of minutes, but it's on September 7th at the Showboat in Atlantic City. Everybody's now has I sent out the link to, and I'm sure your manager will get in touch with all you guys, and as far as ticket sales. There's a link directly to it. Passcode is okay. I can reveal that. The fighter code? Yeah, no, I'm allowed to say that. Yes. All right. So the fighter code, when you go there, it's called Bagel Boss. That's the fighter code to get the tickets. Okay.
And what is it, in one of the arenas in the Showboat? I didn't even know they had boxing matches there. Is it just in one of the rooms?
Yeah,
or?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's celebrity. Of course, it's from, and emanates from celebrity boxing, but it's all 100% real.
I got you. Okay. Now, who's in your corner? I mean, let's just check this out. I mean, who's your corner guy? Do you have a cut guy? Or?
The last of my knowledge, I definitely, obviously, to me, sounds solid, is high-pitched Eric from Howard Stern.
Really? Okay. Wow. Okay. Now, I see you're training with a couple of MMA guys. I don't really follow it, but, Chris, I guess the guys that do know.
I did train. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I trained with Mr. LaQuinta, but this is all unbelievable connections at the hands of my company, Great Sauce Media. Applesauce.
I got you. Okay.
And Instagram it's Chris Bagel Boss Morgan. That's the Instagram. Okay. So yeah, I'm pumped up. Fight's going to be great. I mean, to meet him is like holy mackerel.
Now, were you like a baseball fan? I mean, were you like a Lenny Dykstra fan? I know he was Nails was a little controversial, but he was a heck of a ball player.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, back then, I used to like baseball. I went to some Mets games, but believe it or not, I was an Oakland A's fan. And I always wore the hat in high school. And the reason being, I love Ricky Henderson, the way he stole bases.
Oh, you were an Oakland A's fan?
I loved him.
Okay.
Say again?
You were an Oakland A's fan? Is that what you said?
There was a game. Check this out real quick. There was a game, I'll never forget it, I went to, and a Mets game. And I think it was Mookie Wilson that hit a line drive that went all the way to the back of the left field by, the fence. So I forgot who they were playing, and the guy was chasing the ball. Mookie rounds first. The guy takes the ball. He whizzes it and ends up Mookie got he was out sliding at the second base, and you remember how fast Mookie. Yeah, I was thinking it might have been him at Dwight Gooden, but it wasn't Gooden. He was the pitcher. Yeah,
Okay.
it was Mookie Wilson, and they actually threw him out from fucking. I'm sorry, I don't know if I was.
No, go ahead. Let it loose. I want you to be you. Let it loose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I was like, holy shit! Like the guy basically whizzed the ball all the way from the fucking corner of the fence, and actually threw fucking Mookie Wilson out.
Whoa.
I was shocked because everybody thought he was going to have it based on his track record,
Right.
And he reminded me of Ricky Henderson. I was shocked that he was out. It was like, what the fuck? Remember the game? George Brett that we used the illegal bat. I was at that game.
Okay, yeah, the Pine Tar incident, 1983. That was my wife's first game. Actually, she was in the upper deck, and she was like, "What the heck's going on?"
Yeah, I was there.
I
was there.
Okay.
For that, yep.
Okay. Now her point was no one even knew when you were in the stands. You had no idea what was going on. You just saw these guys on the field, and then all of a sudden Brett comes out like he's going to fight everybody.
Yeah. I still remember that like it was yesterday. Yep. And it was a big 15, 20-minute thing. Excuse me, and nobody knew what the hell was going on.
Right.
The coach, I think the coaches were all out on the field, and it was wild.
Yeah, it was just like a historic game, The on this fight, how many rounds is it? I mean, you got to get in shape for this, right? I mean, boxing, you box for 2 minutes, it's hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's 3 rounds, 1 minute each.
Ah, okay. Sort of like the
I'm not going no whole long fight. No way.
Oh, okay. Butterbean, remember that guy? He was like the master, like the 3-rounder. That guy. I remember, those
who
Butterbean. What is it? He wore those like the USA shorts. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he was on the Jackass movies too. Yeah, when he knocked that guy out in the store.
Oh, okay. Well, I see Bam Margera. I mean, he's going to referee it? Is that right? From Jackass?
I'm sorry?
Bam Margera, is that his name? The Jackass guy? I saw something in one of the...
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, he's definitely going to be there. To my knowledge, though, the guy... we used to do stuff like him before they came out, but we just didn't do it on that level or advertise it. We should have, but he's definitely one of my favorites of all time. They used to crack me up, and it's to my knowledge now. I heard that he's in rehab and...
okay.
For sure.
Okay.
I wish him the quickest recovery. I mean, I really feel for the guy, and it's not easy. But him and Johnny Knoxville, like hilarious.
Oh yeah. Chris Pontius, remember that name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He married an Irish girl, and my son was at his way. My wife he knew the whole thing. So they went all out there, and they met the little guy. What's his name? That little guy that was kind of tough. I don't know. I forget the Wee Man. Yeah, he was there when Knoxville was there.
I forget his real name.
Yeah. But the marriage lasted a couple years, but
what happened?
No, there was the other guy that was kind of crazy, right? He was kind of thin. Steve-O.
Steve-O, yeah.
They were tough. Now this is Rose gonna? Is Pete? Lenny knows Pete Rose. He tried actually to plug him in when I had him on. He wasn't in though. Is he going to coach Lenny, or does Lenny have coaching? Or I mean, he's a big dude. I mean, you're like a welterweight, I'd say, right? And he's a heavyweight. I mean, that's a pretty big weight difference, right? Does that make it exciting? Yeah, I mean, you got you got the youth, but you got you're probably tougher than Nails from what I've seen, and I want to get into that too, Chris. Growing up, I mean, you're not big. I mean, it's not like you're small. I mean, you're not big. Right. What was it like growing up? I mean, just give me the quick thing there. I mean, I saw that viral video. I mean, there was some anger in you there.
People try to take advantage of it, think they're better than you, all that kind of stuff. But I just want to reiterate basically that based on my confidence, especially that Mr. LaQuinta instilled in me, I'm not afraid of the height or anything. I'm gung-ho with this, and I'm excited, and I'm ready for anything and everything. I don't give a shit.
Well, that's a great thing to have, that I don't give a shit factor, I mean, are you fast? Do you have speed? Do you have hand speed? I mean, it's so a picture. I mean, you look like you're pretty well built. Do you lift weights? I mean, do you do push-ups or, What's the training method? If you don't mind me asking that. Okay.
As a matter of fact, this morning I was down at the marina with a friend of mine throwing a football around. I've done that the last couple of mornings, whizzing the football for about an hour. About 7 in the morning. It was great, man.
Now, Chris, do you like bagels or what? I mean, you must like bagels. Can you give me your idea on like what makes a good bagel? I mean, you must be kind of an expert on it. You're known as the Bagel Boss. So tell us about that. What makes a good New York bagel? Are they the best in the world? The New York bagel.
Well, my personal favorite is an everything bagel toasted with either lox cream cheese or a nice chunk of tuna with melted American cheese and tomato, or maybe ham and cheese, a little bacon or whatever you want, or just regular, extra cream cheese. You mix it up.
Okay. Are the New York bagels the best in the world? I mean, you hear that too. I mean,
well, I haven't tried any out of state, but I will say this: when I was growing up in Massapequa, the Secret Bagels rocks. I mean, every weekend, if you get there at 8:00 around that time on a weekend, the line's out the fucking door every weekend.
Okay.
It's like all American. It's the same shit.
Yeah, right. What do you think of St. Patrick's Day when the bagels are green? Are you into that or not?
I'm personally not. No, I don't like when they start changing the colors of bagels. It's like green ketchup. Ugh, never tried it. Don't want to try it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chris, what is your sports teams? I mean, do you follow sports? Like what do you like? What do you like to do? Other than wreak a little havoc once in a while.
Well, I like to fish, golf, sort of football around. I don't really watch any sports anymore because I'm a Ranger fan, and when they won in '94, I was pretty much happy. And then other than that, for football, I have a main team, and I like 3 other teams like under them. But my main team is the Redskins, and then underneath that, I like the Chargers, the Seahawks, and the Titans because I love their helmets and the jersey colors.
Okay. Hey, I'm a Packer fan. That's why I like the Packers. I loved their helmets when I was a kid. It's funny what you.
Brett Favre, when he made that special appearance in Something About Mary. Did you see that movie?
Which one?
Something About Mary.
Yeah. Brett Favre made the appearance. That was a huge deal then. Yeah.
I
Right?
remember watching that movie. I was fucked up, and all of a sudden, my friend knew, so he wanted to surprise me. And all of a sudden, he walks in. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And my friend was hysterical. That was a great fucking movie, though.
Yeah, it was. It's on too. It's on a lot on like late at night. You see it on like HBO or something. When you're growing up, I mean, were you in a lot of fights? I mean, you must have been picked on, like you said, or was everything pretty cool?
Nah, it wasn't really all that bad, except like there was just one main guy and some shit here and there. Most of it came from like, strangers in the street or on the subway or, just ignorant fucking people that I basically had to put in their fucking place.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I may have had. I may have had maybe I think 4 fights and I lost 2 and I won the other 2.
Okay, that sounds about right. When you're a kid,
like actual fist fighting, not just like an argument.
Actual fist fight. Okay, yeah, that's kind of normal. Then we all have I think everyone's kind of 500 on their childhood fights. We all win a few and lose a few. Tell me about your life. I mean, this thing goes viral. Your life has obviously changed. I mean, I saw you on Howard Stern. I mean, you're getting some unbelievable publicity. You're fighting Lenny Dykstra in Atlantic City. I mean, who would have thought that a month ago? Like what was your life like 2 weeks, say, a day in the life of Chris, 2 weeks before, that viral video? I'll call it.
Well, what happened was there were some things that led up to me being so angry. I had to move in 2 different apartments.
Okay. One
I had gotten flooded out. 2 weeks after I moved in, the guy never told me that it was in foreclosure and there was a new owner. And then, like before I left, we had a later planned date to leave. The thing ended up getting flooded, so I had to leave. And he was going to leave me with no heat, no electricity, no nothing. And I had a bird down there, so temporarily I had to move back to my parents' house. Then I had moved out to another apartment, and I ended up leaving because she ended up being an extreme, ungrateful fucking witch. And I even shelled money out for her in advance to pick up like furniture through Craigslist. And I got there, and then they didn't agree on a price or something, like they never had the conversation. So then when I had left there, I left her so much shit that she could have, even $1,000, not even a fucking thank you. All the food in my freezer, not one thank you. The rudest piece of shit I've ever had as a landlord in my life. So that has set me off.
Okay.
So now I decided, fuck this. I'm going to live in my van for a few months, do something different, had a ball, joined a gym, showered there, did my laundry at a laundromat, kept my van clean, smelling good, did everything I had to do. Then I had lost a $900 a week account which was bullshit on one of my cleaning clients. So, and then after that, well, right before the cleaning thing ended, was the one guy in the gas station fucking with me. Then the cleaning thing ended. Then came the 7-Eleven thing when it got with the guy from I think Pakistan and 7-Eleven. That thing happened, and then after that, the Bagel Boss thing.
What happened at 7-Eleven, Chris? I didn't catch that. The thing at 7-Eleven. What was that?
Yeah, I walked in at like 4 a.m. This happened twice in a month, and they asked me basically how tall I was, and I was getting breakfast at like 4 a.m. I wanted to like smack the shit out of them. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? And then I forgot to tell you when I was I had a green van I bought. I paid about $4,000. And after 4 months of owning it, it was time to get it inspected. And basically, they told me I should get rid of it. It's a death trap. But when he jacked the thing up, it looked like it was pulled from the Titanic. It was all rusted, and the steering was hanging by a thread. One day I'm on the LIE, all of a sudden the steering wheel was shaking vehemently, and the tire, it sounded like I had blown a flat. And then all of a sudden it stopped, and it turns out that's what it was. So I lost $4,000 from that, plus all the other fucking shit I told you about. And they just picked the wrong day to giggle at me in the bagel store, and I fucking snapped. I had enough.
Okay.
I fucking had enough.
Okay, so
Hell yeah, man.
Your fuse was lit, and
Oh yeah. Provoked beyond reason. I was fucking finished.
I follow it. Yeah, I follow. I get like that too sometimes. You almost have enough. I mean, you walk into the shop. Go ahead. What?
It was like that 80s game Gauntlet from Atari or whatever. No, Asteroids. Like all these things are falling, hit you once, and you're trying to like put the fucking flames out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And finally, you're going to miss it, and the bomb's going to hit. You know what I'm saying? So like the sound of the sonic boom from the Concorde. That's what it was about. You know.
So you walk.
So let me just ask you real quick: who do you think's going to win the fight? I mean, whose side are you leaning towards?
I'm leaning on your side. You kidding? I always.
You're not just saying that. You mean that or what?
Of course. I mean,
Don't worry, I won't go Bagel Boss on you, sir.
No. Well, I'm a boxing fan of the 70s and 80s. I don't really follow it much now, but that was the golden era. With Duran and Leonard, and I was into all those guys. And I always go for the underdog guy, and I pit you as like I don't know what. I guess Vegas must have odds on this. I don't even know what they are. But I'm sure there's gonna be. But I would say you're probably the underdog because of the mere weight factor. The size. Yeah. I mean, Lenny looks like he's pretty stocky looking, But so that's part of the reason why I'll go with you. And Lenny's Lenny. I mean, you're a little more likable. I'll put it that way. Even though did you did you see me training in the gym, Mr. LaCourte's gym, the UFC fighter? I didn't see that yet.
You did? Well, let's talk.
Was it YouTube or how do I find it? I want to check it out. I want my viewers.
It was on Chris Weidman. It was in Chris Weidman's gym, and where can he find it? On the Instagram page? What's the quickest way for him to find it? You could find it on the Instagram. We were there maybe 2.5 weeks ago, and I was training with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you train every day, or like what's the regiment? I mean, you got like 3 weeks to go. It's coming up.
Yeah, I do some walking, I eat better, I throw some fists, I throw the football around, I do a little running here and there.
Okay. Cross training.
I'm trying to maintain the basics.
Okay. Who was your idol of boxers growing up? Did you anybody you gravitate to, or Mayweather or any of those guys?
I would have to say that I would say hands down my favorite two would be Ali and Tyson.
Oh, okay. Ali and Tyson, pretty good choices. I was a big Ali. I met Ali once. I have a picture taken with him, so that was kind of a highlight.
Well, I could do you one better. Check it out.
Tell me.
When Tyson, I have two. When Tyson, my dad in the 90s worked for a company called KO Mag.
Okay.
And he met all the popular wrestlers and boxers that would come in and take photographs. One night, I'm eating dinner. He came home with a picture of him and Randy Savage. Mm-hmm. He threw it on the table, and I cracked up. I ran next door to show my friend. He may even still have it in the attic somewhere. And then, so when Tyson lost the fight, I had Mike Tyson's punch out. So my dad says, "Can you beat the game?" I said, "Yes, I did it." He took a photo of the TV. And I go, "What the hell are you doing?" He goes, "I'll tell you tomorrow to see if it's final." Okay. So then he told me that next month, that was the picture on the front cover of the magazine that was like seen all over the world. That was because of me.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Oh,
so I was like,
that's
what?
quite a story.
Get the fuck out of here.
Really? Holy smokes. Okay.
The Tyson shout out.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
My man, Dr. Shang, will be doing my own podcast with him soon, baby.
Well, now that you're going to be getting famous, you'll probably meet Tyson. You know, he seems to be a boxing historian. You know, anything boxing he seems to gravitate to. Wouldn't that be pretty cool?
Well, oh, hell yeah, man. I mean, I saw his movie, and, I mean, just the way he fought was unbelievable. It was like, oh, shit.
He was, I never thought anyone would beat him, you know. That was, it was such a shock when he lost that fight, you know.
I tell you what, if he ever came to my door as a trick-or-treater, I'm double locking the door.
Hey, he was a scary dude.
He fucking candy. I don't want it anyway.
I mean, he'd come out with no robe, right? No socks. You know, he was like the gladiator, you know. I mean.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, either that or his socks were low and they were inside the boot. You couldn't see
They were low. Yeah. Then he had like gold teeth and he had that smile. Yeah, it was just like a scary dude. And then you hear him talk and it's like, wow. That's interesting that he sounds like that, you know? I mean,
yep.
I mean,
I almost forgot to mention, I have a sticker app. It's on the App Store.
Okay.
It's I Angry Bagel Boss Guy.
Okay.
All one word. Okay.
I Angry Bagel Boss Guy. Okay.
iPhone.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Hey, this is great, Chris. This is. Were you a wrestling fan? I would bet you were a pro wrestling fan. I don't know why I think that, but I would say you were.
Yeah, story on that. In like 1984, I was at my aunt's house in the Bronx, and I was flipping through the channels. I was about maybe 8 or 9-ish, about 9, and I was flipping through the channel, and the first guy I saw was Jimmy Snuka. I said, "Well, what the hell is this?" And he did some cool move, and then the rest is history. So that was before WrestleMania 1, about a year before.
Oh, okay. So that was, what was it, like 1980? Like what, 81?
The first Mania was 85.
Oh, 85. Okay. That's when Hulk Hogan was starting.
Sunday, March 31st, Madison Square Garden.
Okay. Have you ever been to a WrestleMania?
First match. Remember what the first match? No, you'll never know. Tito Santana versus the Execution. That was the very first match.
I remember the names. You know. I was in the 70s with Andre the Giant and Bruno, you know. I'm like 10 years older than you, you know, so I'm the 10 years younger generation, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, you just beat me by a little more, actually. Another funny story, though. Actually, a couple, real quick, was I was peeking through the hole of the bad guy thing in the Nassau Coliseum once, and I turned away and turned back and jumped back, and I saw this mountain of a man go by. It was King Kong Bundy. I was right there. I was like, holy shit, this guy is fucking huge, right? Then I met Rick Rude at Blockbuster in Seaford years ago. I met Stone Cold in like 99 at the mall on the Turnpike in Levittown. And then the New Age Outlaws, they seem hilarious. They were probably fucked up. I saw them somewhere in a mall, I think in Hicksville or something, years ago. Mm-hmm. And then one day, I was working in this Greek place in the Babylon area, and all of a sudden, who comes I still have a picture of it. Who comes walking in with his son? Taz.
Oh, okay.
The wrestler, Taz.
Right.
So, yeah, it was hilarious. So, at the end, we had a conversation. At the end, I go, yo, my boss is picking on me. And he laughs, and he goes, don't take that. I go, come on, Taz. That wasn't the answer I was looking for. But it was hilarious.
Hey, you'd be a pretty good...
By the way, if you see Gail Kim, give him my number.
Chris, you'd be a pretty good wrestler now. I mean, I could see McMahon picking you up, you know, and have some kind of gimmick, you know, like the Bagel Boss monster, man, or something. I don't know.
Heck,
you know?
Yeah.
You never know.
Heck,
you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask your strategy on Dykstra. Then I want to get into my final segment, which is that hit and miss I mentioned to you before, which is the word association. Sure. I reveal my guest a lot with that one. What is there a strategy? I mean, it's 3 rounds, one minute each. I mean, are you just going to go all out, you know, brawling, or, you know, dance around?
I am not revealing that, my friend.
Okay, I tried to get it out of you. I tried, you know. It's a legitimate question, though. But we'll have to watch it, though. Is that going to be on like pay-per-view, or do you have to do we have to go there to watch it? Do you know, or is that still setting all that up?
You mean the fight? What's the easiest way for you to see it?
Yeah, I mean, is it something you could watch on TV, or I mean, can you know? or do we got to go to Atlantic City to buy? Say someone's listening in California, you know.
I mean, you could go there if you wanted, but they're also offering like some kind of online streaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not sure. I mean, I'm sure if you keep in correspondence with my managers, Great Sauce Media, you know, they'll tell you, they'll keep you posted. That sauce isn't pizza sauce.
Pizza sauce. Okay, I like the name. Do you like pizza? By the way, I have a pizza show online. Do you like? I rate pizza from 1 to 10. You like pizza? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. New York's the best pizza, right? I do New Jersey, and there's not a lot of great pizza in Jersey.
Well, I tell you what, I heard that if you like deep dish, the best spot is Chicago. I've heard that from a lot of.
Okay. Do you like pizza bagels?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Chris, let me get into the hit and miss, which is my word association. I call this a difficult part because I really reveal the guest. First thing that comes to your mind. You ready to go? Ready?
Okay, sure.
Favorite color?
Teal, like a bluish green.
Oh, okay, good. If you were in a foxhole, who would you have in a foxhole with you? If you were in a foxhole. Who would you have?
What is that? I'm sorry.
You're in like war, and it's like a metaphor. You're like, who would you have like to be with you if you're in a war? You're in this little foxhole, and you want protection, and you want to mate with you. You know, a guy that's really going to have your back. You know, who would that guy be?
Oh man, my dream. I would have to say on that. I would have to say the Undertaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, man. I haven't had anyone say a wrestler yet, but that's a pretty darn good choice then. Yeah. I think you'd be safe with him.
Or the Ultimate Warrior, or maybe Goldberg, one of those three.
Okay. If you were on a deserted island and you had to bring 2 musical CDs or downloads, whatever they call them now, what would you bring? You're on this island for 5 years, beautiful weather, and you got 2 music CDs to bring.
Oh, okay. I would have to say, well, definitely Judas Priest is my favorite band.
Okay.
And then it's like a mix between either Motley Crue or Twisted Sister or UDO or Accept.
Okay. Are those your favorite groups?
And Iron Maiden. That's basically the list.
Okay.
Then I like, I like mostly old school rap, but some of the newer ones like Bizkit, Burner, all that stuff. Mano, Jim Jones, all the new stuff. There's only a few I like. Those are the few. Like some of the other I really don't get into that much. But also you can't get into so much because it takes up so much time.
Yeah.
But those are the main ones of today. Other than that, I grew up in like the Beastie Boy era and shit like that. Public Enemy and all that shit.
I got you. Do you rap at all? I mean, do you sing? I could picture you doing like a rap, like a little Eminem guy.
I can sing like good with karaoke, but I can't like come up with raps on a whim. But me and my friends, like when we used to go to raves and shit, like I would be the beatbox guy. I'm very good at it, and they would rap.
Okay. I could picture doing a rap. I don't know, just the way you are after that viral video and just you doing some rap. I don't know. I just got this thing in my head, cracking myself up.
Yeah, well, anything is possible.
Yeah. There you go. Chris, what's your favorite movie?
I actually have 2. The Man That Broke 1,000 Chains and the movie Falling Down. The Man Broke 1,000, both one from the 80s, one from the 90s. Man That Broke 1,000 Chains, Val Kilmer starred in it, and Falling Down, Michael Douglas. But my 2 other favorite actors are Al Pacino and Chevy Chase. Oh, and Harrison Ford.
Okay. Top. Pretty good choices, yeah. That was my next question, your favorite actor. You just answered it.
Yep.
What comes to mind when you hear ocean, the ocean? What are you thinking when you hear that?
Fishing. You
like fishing?
Yeah.
Okay. My son's a major fisherman. We went to Cape Cod striper fishing last weekend. Caught some pretty giant ones out there. Yeah, we go a lot.
Oh, nice.
Where do you see yourself? Like, where would you wish you'd be a year from now? How's that question?
On at least a 40-foot, like a fishing boat where it also like a Grady White or something. And obviously, doing a lot better than now. Not that we're doing bad now, but that's basically it.
Okay, that's good. What's Howard Stern like? What's he like?
Awesome.
Yeah, cool
very
guy.
Nice,
cool
very
guy.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, how some people you feel chemistry. I definitely felt it with him. So.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, very, very cool guy.
If you had to meet one person in the world tomorrow, I'm a genie. I'm going to let you meet this guy or lady. Who would you meet tomorrow? If you meet anyone alive or dead, other than Jesus, in the world, Who would you meet?
Of course.
Yeah, I got to make it a little hard, you know? Yeah.
Again, The Undertaker. Yep.
Okay, that's
with his original look when he first showed up at Survivor Series. That was my favorite character.
He's still alive, right? The Undertaker?
Of course he is. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me hear your, well, I was going to say your favorite rock group, but you already gave me those things, so I won't say that. Yep. But let me hear your top 3 athletes of all time.
Top 3, I'm sorry?
Athletes. Professional athletes.
Oh, athletes?
And not including Lenny Dykstra, so he's out. Okay.
All right, I'll try real quick. But also at the informants of my managers, I'm told we're going to have to try to wrap it up soon, if that's all right.
Yeah, that was actually the last one, you know, so, yeah.
Oh, okay. 3 favorite athletes? Oh, my geez. And it could be anybody, wrestlers, anything, football, it doesn't matter.
Give me any 3.
Well, obviously, then the top again, Undertaker. Athletes. I'll try to mix it up with other sports, I guess. Mark Rippon, who was the quarterback of the Redskins. And then I'll get into hockey. I'll have to say, I don't know. I'll choose. Well, I love the goal. They're all great. I don't know. I can't. I'll have to pick the whole Ranger team. But I guess, I don't know. My top 2 is any goalie, either Richter Lundqvist or Van Beesbrook, and then I guess Adam Graves.
Okay.
Be that stand out, I guess. You know,
okay.
No disrespect to anybody, Gretzky, you know, nothing like that. Just you just stand out.
Sure.
You know? I don't know.
Anything else you'd like to add? Hey, did that hurt when that guy tackled you in that viral video? I mean, he took you down pretty hard. Were you okay after that?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was just slowly losing breath because I had the shirt over my head, but that was about it.
I got you. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? I'll give you like this final word, I guess, whatever. Just stay tuned.
Just final again. The company I work for, great sauce, like Pizza Sauce Media. Instagram is at It's Chris Bagel Boss Morgan. Pay-per-view fight, official, signed, Lenny Dykstra from the Mets, and September 7th, Showboat in Atlantic City. The link to the tickets and the fighter code is Bagel Boss.
Excellent. Okay, we'll look forward to that. I can't wait. Chris, that was a pleasure. That was Chris Morgan.
Same here. Thank you.
Bagel Boss guy. I'm Ray K. Hang on, Chris, for a second, but we're going to catch you later.
Follow BFA on Facebook at Big Fat American. Zach Martin on Twitter at Zach Martin Rocks. And Zach Martin on Instagram. Wait, Zach is on Instagram? I can guarantee he has no clue how to use that. See all the interviews and videos at ZachMartinRocks.com.